Today's guest is a true friend, a real brother.
Yeah,
Ladies
you've
and gentlemen,
called me since 2003.
You shut up, Bill. People don't know that. This is Bill Burr, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, hey, I'm Bill Burr. Now, Kevin Hart was somebody that I thought I was friends with, but I realized quickly that he just needed a spot at Dangerfields. And then he booked a pilot, and I don't think I talked to him again. I had like kids, and I didn't hear from you.
Bill Burr, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting to the mind of Bill Burr.
That was late for his own podcast.
Bill, are you ready for this? This is the best part that I think. This is what's mind blowing that people are going to love. Bill Burr.
You have your own name on your fucking sweatshirt.
Well, outside of that, I mean,
When are
I
you
don't
going
know
to
why
stop
you don't.
branding, Kev? We know who you are.
Just in case you didn't, Bill, I wore a shirt to remind you. What's the big fucking deal, man? All right, it's just a shirt.
Hoodie with Kevin Hart. I hand out hoodies to homeless people because I care about downtown LA. Go see Jumanji Part 19. The studio system has ruined you.
Bill is not angry, first of all, to our listeners. Bill is not an angry person. Bill is a very happy person. Bill is a married man. He's a father now. Congrats on that, Bill, by the way.
I got 2 kids. I had another one. I was going to call you, but I knew you wouldn't return the call.
No.
I don't think my last movie did well enough to have you send over your little heart of the city fruit basket, you piece of
What are you
shit.
talking about? I would have sent you a bottle of Hart wine from the vineyard. What are you talking about, man? I told you. It would have got there. Bill,
I love that you have a vineyard.
Can we tell the people, Bill,
Your little
that
ass
you
get
and
out
I,
there and stomp on the grapes.
Yeah, I do. So fuck off. I do. Bill and I did a pilot, ladies and gentlemen. We did a pilot for Comedy Central.
It was called Heart of the Shitty, and it wasn't picked up.
Yes, let me clear this up. This is before I got big. Bill and I did a show.
It was, it was right before. No, you were already starting to blow up. And I remember there was a moment where we were actually going to tour together. We were going to do the black and white tour because I was almost ready to go to theaters. You had just started going to theaters. And then a week later, you went to arenas. And that's when you stopped calling me.
No.
That's when it was, Kev.
I stopped calling you after the show didn't get picked up because I felt like you fucked me. I said Bill Burr.
You weren't going up to the clubs until 4 a.m. and then showing up thinking you're going to Eddie Murphy your way through it and start improvising. You took that whole thing down with you. I'm still bitter about it.
Bill, I would love if we could get our hands.
Opportunity to get screwed over by Viacom.
Do you think I'm willing to bet you, Bill, I can probably get my hands on that pilot? I'm willing to bet you I can, man. I would love to get my hands on that fucking pilot just for you and I, because we can't show it. We can't do shit with it.
How much fun was it? I'm fucking around, but Bruce McCullough, you and me, dude, that was so much goddamn fun. I
will say this, man. Bill Burr, for those who do not know it, lately, as of late, I mean, Bill, you're popping up all over the place as far as acting. But the Staten Island movie, what's the name? With Pete Davidson. What's the title of it, Bill?
I don't know. It was called Jumanji Part.
Wasn't called Jumanji. That's my movie. What the fuck was it called, man?
Get Hard.
Wasn't that's another one of my movies, Bill?
Wait, I get
the
it.
King of Staten Island.
Soul Plane with white people.
Fuck off. Those are my movies, Bill.
Airlines.
God damn it. He said United Airlines. What was it called, Bill?
It's called The King of Staten Island.
The King of Staten Island.
Judd Apatow and Pete Davidson. Judd Apatow, who ruined my friendship with you because you booked his pilot and I never heard from you again. You left me, Kev.
Bill, I'm going to say in this movie, you did what I knew back then when we did that pilot, man. Bill has always been you've been a phenomenal comedic actor. And you know, they say that we don't have it. They say as comedians we can't make the transition. A lot of comedians fail in making that transition. I mean, a lot of people
that
say
specifically.
Who
Don't
said
go
that?
Donald Trump on me. Don't start telling me that people are saying shit.
Listen, what they're doing, I'm telling you what they're saying.
Everybody knows it. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows. That's my favorite thing. I use that now on my wife. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it. What are you saying? People say it. People fucking say it.
Everybody says it. You know
everybody.
I know it. Everybody says it.
They've said the comedians couldn't act for years. But Bill Burr, you cracked the code. You cracked the fucking code, man. And back then when we did that pilot, the reason why I brought up you during the King of Staten Island, because you did a fucking phenomenal job in that movie. But back when we did that pilot is when I got to see, I was like, yo, Bill can actually fucking act. Bill's good. Because I was coming in, like you said, with the improv, and I'm coming in with all this shit. And not once were you ever flustered. You were never bothered by it?
I was annoyed, and I just used that. That you were like going out, I don't know, wherever the hell you were going out, Sky Bar every damn night. Dude, you said one of the funniest things ever to me on that pilot. It was in between takes, you know, before I shaved my head, I was losing it back here, and they'd come in doing all this stuff. You said, Bill looks like a fighter in between rounds. When we were in between takes, everybody coming in. It was, out of all the shit people ever talked, I'm not saying it as funny as you said it, but that was one of my favorite things. You know, comedians, we love to get trashed. So that was one of my favorite things anybody ever said to me. I still remember that.
I can say during that pilot, you and I, we had a fucking amazing time. We had a blast. And the show actually came out good. The show was funny. Of course, things don't work because they just don't work. But the show was fucking funny, man. And it's the last thing that people would expect to see. Though? Which part? What? Because
we niced it up.
Yeah.
What we wanted to do, what was going to happen? You were going to have a drinking problem and I was going to have something, but we weren't going to have edgy pilot.
Yes.
So we did a nicer version of it. You, me, and Bruce. And I'll go, okay, man, right, once we get the audience, then we'll start getting darker.
Then we'll go dark.
Yeah. We'll give them exactly what they want.
For now, yeah, let's give it to them now.
Yeah, there's no way this isn't getting picked up.
It has to. What are you talking? You, me, Burr, look at us. We're right on the cusp. We're about to
giving them what they want, and then they told us to go fuck ourselves.
Fucking gave us a big boot. That's what they did.
Big boot. We got the old industry boot.
Bill Burr, from Boston, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know it.
Suburbs. Safe suburbs of Boston. Not good for hunting.
The suburbs of Boston.
Suburbs. They don't make movies about where I'm from.
What part is it exactly, Bill?
It's the South Shore, Canton, Massachusetts.
I know South Shore. I'm very familiar with that.
Music Circus?
I mean, I know what the fuck it is. I've been there. I've been around that part. I didn't hear anybody mention you when I was there either. We'll talk about that offline.
Were you just doing some road work? Were you like jogging down the street with your hands wrapped?
While you fucking around? I swear to God, I was. It's when we.
You know what was funny about you one time?
I
remember you trying to show me how fast you were boxing, and I'm sitting there going, "Kev, I'm a 40-year-old white comedian. Like, this is not impressive. You should be able to touch me."
This is not.
I swear to God, for your listeners, we were in some stupid parking lot, and he's going, "Look, I'm fast." Doing all this stuff. I'm just like, "All right, Kev, you're fast. I get it. You almost seem taller when you're doing that, Kev. Wow, that's amazing."
Hey, I remember, man. I don't think there's anybody that I can annoy more than Bill Burr. I have probably triggered some of Bill Burr's angriest reactions in the New York City comedy clubs.
No,
I'm talking about of annoyance. I remember, Bill, when we were teasing you one day.
More than Patrice? No.
Patrice used to piss you
more than Keith? No.
All right, you're right. I was probably in fourth or fifth place.
No, you came in quick.
Patrice used to get you. Patrice used to get you for sure. Patrice got you.
I never worried about you, but Patrice, if I knew he was going to be there, I would have like 5 things to say about him. Like I would came in like locked and loaded just to try and hit him.
Until this day,
I'd say all 5 in the first minute, and then I was fucked.
You know what, man? Until this day, I still don't understand how a funeral happened and they turned it into a comedy club. Until this day, Patrice O'Neal, how they turned it.
That funeral was great. That was one of the best shows I've ever been to.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. You know, for our listeners,
you
Patrice
bugged
O'Neal,
me at the funeral. You bugged me.
I did.
Because you showed up, you were wearing like a pair of Jordan 1s. You looked like you were going to do a spot at Caroline's. I'm like, that's what I said. I go, Kev, this is a funeral, man. You're dressed like you're going to go do a spot at Stand Up New York. And this is what you said. You go, no, Bill, I'm dressed like the comic who made it. You said that at a funeral. I was like, I know this guy's an asshole. I didn't know he's that much of an asshole. You almost had me saying, well, I played Carnegie Hall one time. I almost said that at a funeral for my friend. That's how much of an asshole you are.
What the fuck? We went to Patrice O'Neal's funeral. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we had so many comedians. First of all, Patrice was one of the most loved guys, I mean, on the scene.
All right, let's not throw too much. He was also one of the most hated, too.
Yes, but he was a comics comic. He was a comics comic. The comics loved him.
If you were funny, you loved him.
Yes, if you weren't funny, you hated him. because he let you know that you stood no chance in this business. He would
if you
tell
weren't funny, you stopped working the Village because that's where he was. You stayed uptown.
You didn't want any problems with that because he.
Let me tell you about a story so true. We're showing me style and it's all so cool. It's about a garment torn and frayed, getting this threads, the story conveyed. Walking down the streets with holes in my teeth. These ripped things here, part of me you see. It ain't about the brand or the label it holds. It's about the journey, the stories it unfolds. In these ragged clothes, I find my voice. A testament to resilience, my choice. From the streets to the stage, I rock my style. In my tattered shirt, I walk that mile. Ripped and torn, but still I stand in my ragged attire. I command, it's not just fabric, it's a statement I preach. In my threadbare garment, I find my reach. From the barrio to the bar, I make my mark. In my worn out jeans, I leave a spark. They may call it rags, but I call it art. In every stitch and tear, I play my part. It's the struggle of the streets, the hustle so real. In my tattered jacket, I seal the deal. A symbol of defiance against the status quo. My passion of pants, I let it show. It's not about the riches or the wealth I lack. In my faded hoodie, I stay on track. It's the heart of the hustle, the grind each day. In my worn out kicks, I find my way. Ripped and torn, but still I stand. In my ragged attire, I command. It's not just fabric, it's a statement I preach. In my threadbare garment, I find my reach. So here's to the ones with the clothes that tear. In our patched up attire we have, so let the world see our garments worn. For in our rags, our stories are born. In the language of the streets we speak. In our torn up clothes we find our peak.
He was the guy to go, ugh, this guy, God, who let,
I remember Eddie If one time said, dude, he goes, some nights I'll walk into the cellar and he'll yell across the room, hey, Eddie. And he goes, and I think, he saw me. Dudes like that used to come into the upstairs at the Olive Tree and they used to try to pick the first open seat to just, slink in and stay away from him.
That's all. We hope you had a blast witnessing the verbal jousting between comedic heavyweights Bill Burr and Kevin Hart. Remember, laughter is the best therapy, so keep seeking those twisted moments of humor wherever you go. Stay tuned for more roasting sessions, and until then, embrace your inner deviant and keep that dark humor alive. Thanks for joining us, and catch you next time.